Swirling circle? What swirling circle? What does that even mean? Where is there a swirling circle? Why the heck? I'm gonna have to refresh your page, brother. I don't know if you got a ring of death or what. I don't know what's going on over there in your neck of the woods, but it's good to see you, Wang. Welcome on in. Ski was here so heckin' long ago. Thank you for keeping me company while I was doing all the testy tests. I appreciate it, Ski. Appreciate you very much, very much, very much. Hello, hello, hello. Mel is here with Murica Burb. Very excited. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you, Mel. Welcome, welcome. EG Wife is here. Holy cannoli. I know this Goyle. I know this lovely human. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, it's very good to see you, madame. Very good indeed to have you in. Wang be here with that berry dumpy, the dumpiest of berries. Very good, very excited. Intra is here. Hi, Intra. Intra, did you see? Did you see what happened? Did you see who's back? I mean, presumably you knew. I don't know, being a cool kid mod and all. Presumably you knew things. Presumably you had special intel. Presumably you had insider information. I don't know. All I'm saying is it was kinda crazy. Kinda crazy seeing a certain somebody stream it again last night. Just kinda wild, not gonna lie. EG is here. My goodness gracious. Good to have you, sir. Welcome, welcome. But it's crazy. We get the EG and the EG wife. It's nuts. It's nuts. Greetings. Salutations all. How you doing? How you guys doing? How did you make it? How you surviving? How you feeling? Oh, is there an ant on my leg? I'm so sick of there being ants. Let me ask you this, you guys. Question of the day. What the heck good is having a pest person if when the day after the pest people come, the pests are worse? 2 days? 2 days after. 2 days after the pest people come, the pests are worse. Question of the day. You let me know in chat. You let me know. And also, I've had, I don't know how many of you guys suggest, like, Gus, you have to put peppermint oil in all the places. You have to, like, make a perimeter of peppermint oil, and ants, they don't like peppermint, and so that'll keep them bollocks. We have used so much peppermint oil, that is nonsense. Hupride spent like an entire day like soaking like cotton balls in like peppermint oil, okay? Like, and put them and like made basically a barricade of them, okay? Ants walk right over it. Right on through, baby. They don't give a rip. So all this naturopathic, just use peppermint oil, guys. It'll do it. Bollocks. Bollocks. Calls for a drink. Calls for a drink, I says. Happy birthday, Murica. We got a cool kid Murica glass. Look at that. We got a musket ball. That's pretty fun. Happy to birthday. Happy 250. Felt like the inaugural pour in the 250 glass kinda had to be Murica Burb, like Smoke Wagon. Kinda had like a rule or something. There's a law, I'm sure. That's right. So a little bit that's gotta be. Little bit gotta be. Alright, we are gonna have a little bit of bourbon here tonight. Again, didn't feel right having something like a scotch for the inaugural pour, and I wanted something a little more cozy tonight. And you know what? What's more cozy than a screaming bald eagle and a little bit of bourbon? It's good to see you guys. That's yummy. That's yummy. It's not my favorite bourbon in the world, but it ain't bad. It ain't bad, not at all, not at all, not at all. Alright, I'm gonna catch up on this stuff. Jar is here. Jar, it's good to see you, brother. Welcome on in. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing all right. Hope work's been okay, my dude. I've been thinking about you in this heat. Yee, oh, Intra knows. Intra saw. That was very fun. Very fun. I got to pester him a little bit last night. I was kind of between things, but I got to pester him a little bit. So that was nice. That was nice. I could ask the same about property managers. Yes, you could, Mel. Dang, you guys ever get some time? Ask Mel what the heck going on with her property management. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Nevada has mutant ants. Yeah, noted. Yeah, Listen, they just do not care. I don't know what to tell you. They're not like, listen, y'all, where you get, most of you live, you've got like crazy freak ants that are like big and they'll bite you or sting you or something like that. We don't have any of that garbage. Like, our ants don't give a rip about humans. Like, if I got an ant on my leg, it doesn't matter. It's just annoying. Like, I don't want an ant on my leg. You know, I'm like, what is that feeling? I just don't want them around. They're called like sugar ants or pavement ants. I don't know, there's like 1,000 colloquial names for these things, and even like pest people are like, what is that? They don't even know them all. So it's just a tiny itty bitty slow moving little black ants. They don't bite, they don't harm, they don't do anything. If you smush them, they stink a little bit. Like, that's about the extent of it. It's about as bad as it gets. So I don't know, y'all have the crazy ants, y'all have the weird bugs. Ours are just like, I don't know, immune to peppermint oil. I don't know, is that a superpower? But tell them how, Brad. Tell them. I clean up after ants with vinegar, but that was ages ago. No idea if it works now. Well, yeah, there's like a bunch of stuff that you can do to like wipe away their pheromone trail, which is how they communicate to one another. So they send out the scouts, and then if they find food, the scout will like leave a trail of pheromones back to the nest that they can follow. And yeah, if you can use alcohol or vinegar or really any astringent anything, baby wipe, Clorox wipe, Windex, whatever the hell you want, and you clean and you like make a break in that trail, yeah, it's gonna make it so they can't communicate back. Like, they're gonna be lost. You're like, where the hell did that? I swear I left the line right here. They're like, dude, you told us there was food. Where are we going? He's like, I left. It was right here. There was a line. It was right here. And that's about it. So yeah, no, I want them dead. DED dead. I don't want them like in around. I want a force field that is around this property that they bump up against and die. I don't know. A laser field. I want very future. It would probably be very expensive to run such a field. Birds would get in trouble too. Better. Also, we had a squirrel, like, just sort of like, bam, like run straight into our window the other day. Brian and I were both like, what the hell was that? Why did that sound like a mammal hitting the sliding glass door? It's because it was. We saw a big old bushy gray tail leaving the scene. I don't know. Lando! Oh my word, Lando's here. Lando, listen, I'm grateful for the follow. I didn't get to thank you when you made this thing happen, when you did this magical follow business, and I'm grateful to have you. It means an awful heckin' lot. I take follows quite seriously, and I aim to earn it. Thanks for coming along with all them crew folk, making it a cool kid raid. I assume is how you landed here. I assume that's how Lando landed. Could be wrong, but yeah, tell me if I'm incorrect here. How did you find our humble little corner of the interwebs? To what do I owe the pleasure? How'd you find us? How does a guy like me get to be so lucky? Come to Florida, we have mosquitoes the size... Yeah, that's right. No, don't want them. No thank you, you can have them. I'll take my slow, retarded little ants, but still, I wish they weren't bothering me, you know what I'm saying? Look at it, dude. Dear, it's good to see you. Speaking of people who make magic happen. Gang, I was going to let you guys know. We get to remain in the Rumble Creator Program another day. We live to fight another day, you guys, and it's because of that gentleman right there, Sir Tyr. That fella. He worked his ass off and got all of our shorts done and everything. Got the stuff pushed out. Amazing stuff. And in case you guys didn't get to see it, thanks again to an enormous amount of work on his part, I got to push out a little prep for next week's trials ahead of the weekend. That went live today, this very morning. So if you are all interested in playing Ark, if you are interested in doing trials, and you want to like get ahead of the game and all that, we've got the inside scoop on what next week's trials are, the ones that start on Tuesday morning. And I just put out, thanks to Tyr, a little info short. It is a short. It's on YouTube and Rumble that went live today to let people know what they need to prepare for next week's trials. And so that's pretty cool. Also, who is texting me? Everybody I know is here. What is happening? What is this? Hello? Police? What? Spectrum, there is a service outage affecting your area. We apologize for the inconvenience. I am still online. I think. Can you guys hear me? Did I get disconnected? This is the second Spectrum outage message I've received today. We're just gonna have to hope. We're gonna have to cross our fingers. I don't know. Anyways, I'd be grateful if you guys give that short a look-see. Give it a watch. We are trying to get in front of more eyeballs, a broader audience, and Ark is that audience that we're aiming for right now because I like Ark, you know? I spend, well, not enough, very little time to actually be on top of the game, but, you know, it turns out there ain't a ton of super reliable information out there for the broader audience of Ark, and yeah, we're gonna try and meet that need. So I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit more about that here tonight. But yeah, I'd be grateful if you guys would give that a watch. Give it a short, give the shorts a watch rather. Here you go. Look. Here you go. Here is the YouTube one. There it goes, or there it should go. Okay. And there is the Rumble one. I would appreciate if you guys would give it a look-see, or, you know, hit play, open up the little comments tab so it doesn't auto-scroll, and just mute the tab and let it loop, baby. I would be grateful. We're trying to be helpful to people, you know? There's a dearth of good information out there. A dearth, I tell you, a dearth! So, damn, look at it though. Look at Tier. Big thanks to Tier for making it all happen. Doc is here. Hello, Doc. Hello. Is his command not working? Stream Elements did just change hands today. So I suspect commands are broken. That was my, like, let's see. Yeah, so Stream Elements has new ownership as of today, you guys. Just happened, and I don't know why. Hang on. Let's try this. Maybe it doesn't, maybe one of the things that changed is the keywords. Maybe that's what got broken. I'm not sure. It works if I punch it in. I don't know if that's a perms thing. Hang on. I'll have to check. I'm going to pull up his specifically and see why the heck. Okay. Advanced perms, everyone can do it. There's the command, advanced commands. These do look different. They did change how they work. They did change how they work. Command keywords. Yeah, they got rid of the keywords. I have to redo all of the keywords? Brother, they did. So it no longer recognizes the forwarded messages from Rumble then. It would have to be directly from Twitch. Oh. Dude, that's crazy work. The seamless transition. Yeah, I heard the same. I don't know. There's going to be a lot of pain points today for a lot of people, I suspect. I suspect that is going to be the case. A lot of pain. It do be like that, though. It do be. Okay, let me see here. Let me see here. What are we scroll barring? What are we doing? File for reimbursement for lost revenue. Yeah. Officially pulled all the meat off the bone, that is. Thank goodness you're here. That is a hilarious, yeah, that was a ridiculous game. Absolutely ridiculous, gotta say. But I appreciate you trying to call him out. I appreciate the dogged determination, Mel. It means a lot. Retention on that one is great. People watch an average of 90%. Bet. Love that, Tier. Love that. Very excited. Hashtag Sag. Yeah, no, I'll have to deal with it. I'll have to deal with it at some point. A beautiful time to be alive. Oh my gosh. DTJC. DTJ? No, DJT. Oh my word. Welcome. Beautiful time to be alive. It's true. It's true. I have the pleasure of the company that I am fortunate enough to keep here. Who could complain? Who could complain about such things? You know what I'm saying? Plus, happy birthday. Happy 250 to my beautiful America. Again, I got this fun glass. This is an Aki special, incidentally. Aki pointed me toward these, you guys. Pretty fun. I'm not going to focus the camera or anything. But look, it's got a musket ball in it. It's got a musket ball. I like it. I think it's fun. I waited too long to buy it, though. They were like on sale for America's 250, and they were $17.76 because hell yeah. But yeah, I waited too long. They're not that cheap anymore. Turns out. But it's pretty fun. So, you know, every once in a while you get to lick that little bit lead ball there. It gives you a little eye. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. No troubleshooting tonight, sir. We chatting and chilling. Yeah, that's what we're gonna aim for. We're gonna aim for that thing. Hey, hello, sir. Hello. And Lee. Yeah, I guess it just doesn't forward it from Rumble. It's just broken right now. I will refresh this page just to check. I'll refresh all of these pages. And maybe that'll help. I don't know. It's that old turn it off, turn it back on again thing. So, okay, all right. Thanks to everybody who is here, and thanks to everybody who makes it possible to be here. Makes it possible that this is happening at all. Makes it possible that I'm still on the interwebs. I would not have a shot at a future doing this as a business if it weren't for the lovely lot who sacrificed their hard-won dollars to, like, make that so. So, especially large gratitude is in order to the public patrons. These folks have gone above and beyond the $5 a month, and it means an awful heckin' lot. I get to plan the future of this around that sponsor or that subscribed dollar amount. So thank you. In particular to Aki, Leanne, Gail, Goose, Mammy, Kira, Abby, Tink, Helly, May, Karma, Pencil, Pre, Ryan, Mouse, Trotsky, Pell, CJ number 1, and Zin. Thank you. You lovely guys and gals. I'm humbled and a half. All of that is to say, boy, I am struggle. I am struggle, you guys. All of you guys and the vote of confidence that you guys have sent, all the well-wishings and everything mean an awful heckin' lot with this project. And I don't get to do any of it without you guys, and I'm grateful that you think that this is worthy, that this is something we ought do. I am, why am I being pinged? What? Who is pinging me? What a laser? That's not how laser force fields work. Oh my gosh, that is nightmare fuel. Yikes, I hate that. That is horrifying. That's in the Discord if any of you want to see some nightmare fuel in the Discord. It's in the Maymays and not safe for Gus. Because it's not safe for Gus. It's not safe for me to look at. It is not. Keep doing it on principle. That's good, We're back in YouTube lands. Is that right? Hey, back there, hanging out, Helly. I got you. Principal, damn it. Yeah. Ahoy! Luz, good to see you, sir. Welcome. Mouse, hello. Welcome on in. Welcome. It's good indeed to see you. How you doing? Appreciate the twos of yous. That's not twos of yous. Appreciate the lurk. Thank you. Thupper! Hi, Thup. Oh, I hope the time zones are kind to you. I hope it's not. Listen, it's hot here, you guys. It's hot here. I can't imagine being in some of the places where y'all are. With the humidity, doing what it do right now. Down where y'all are, especially those of you down in the south or just on the east coast. Yikes. I'm very sorry for all of what y'all must be going through with the humidity nonsense. It was 100 degrees here today. And it's going to be just the next, well, it's not quite, but it's close, like 97. But that's basically the temperature here for the next 10 days. The whole forecast is just like 97, 60, 97, 60, 97, 60, 97, 60. That's every day here, but it's dry, so, you know, it ain't so bad. it ain't so bad here. I don't know, but it's good to see you. Welcome on in. Yeah, I was gonna let you guys know, per the message I put out today, that I did not get to finish preparing the talks tonight. I don't know if I put this in the message or not. I've got the equivalent of like 4 or 5 talks for this that are like ready. That is, it's enough material, but it's not organized how I want it to be, and that makes it unusable. I needed this to be, I needed this version of the masterclass to be basically ready, set, go, turnkey, and I needed it therefore to be pretty intuitive in its structure and how I publish it and the pacing and all of that jazz for the singleness into dating, to engaged, to married. And I could not reconcile the 3 different massive lectures quickly enough. It's too complicated to explain, but I basically had 2 lectures prepared for tonight, and I lost one in the swap, in the moving things over. And I was like just working on this talk, like la 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 la, and then I pulled up this other one, like, what is this? And it's like labeled weird, and it was my other talk, and I'm like, oh, and it's like, well, this one's better, but this has a lot of information, and I couldn't reconcile the 2 in time. So PC surgery is done. It all works now. Hooray! We've survived the things. But I'm kind of drowning, you guys. I'm kind of drowning in too many things. Too many things. This is something I talked to the patrons about. I alluded to that as well in the message I sent out, that I have a plan for making the workload somewhat manageable when it comes to talks, but that doesn't go into effect until after this series is over. And at the rate that it is going, this series will not be over for many months, because we've got the Cosa Nostra Festa, the party, the block party, that's going live next Friday, Saturday, both 24-hour days of the block party going on here in the Mafia Community Discord. Links in the usual places. No need to RSVP or whatever. It's free. Anybody can come for as long or as little as you like, you know? Some people are going to be there for, like I said, 15 minutes. Some will be there for 15 hours. And both are just fine by me. I will be there for every single minute that I'm available for both days. So come put a face to the name. Show up. Come say hi. Come say hi in the Discord. You don't got to do anything. Just join the Discord. And you'll see us in the public voice channels. You'll see all the people. We'll get there early because we got people from all time zones. But that's happening next weekend, and so I'm going to be talking about the Festa then, and I'm going to be talking about the CNRs then, the Cosa Nostra Rendezvous. And the Rendezvous are our weekly smaller group hangout get-togethers where we get our humaning reps in. And this is something that starts by term, and that starts the first week of September. So the next 4.5 weeks here, I'm going to be talking an awful lot about signups for that and getting people interested in, or getting interested people signed up for the fall term, which kicks off in, again, 4.5 weeks here. And that is a huge push, and it's a big effort from not just me, but several others, all the other people who have volunteered their time to facilitate this stuff, who believe that this is, like, it matters, that serving you guys, that serving the community, serving, the friends we haven't met yet, matters, and that this is a viable way to save the world. And that's not hyperbole, that's not being cute, that's for real. And so that's a huge amount of work, and I need to be doing so much recording and editing and a whole bunch of other prep things and planning and scheming, and a lot of that involves calls with others and planning and scheming with them and working around other people's schedules. And that means that whatever schedule that I have had the past many months now, past 6 months, is basically shot. And so my ability to sit down and write lectures, it doesn't exist. So if you get somebody, and I say all this to say, if you get somebody who's a lecturer, it's what they do, then they can just write all of the time. There's no switch tasking. There's no messaging. There's no ping. You don't got to care about this. No one's bothering you about that. It's, hey, you focus up on your lectures, guy or gal. You focus up. You prepare what you got to prepare. You do run through, right? You do rehearsal. You can record yourself, see how it sounds, work on cadence and pacing, and fuss over, do I want to use this word? No, I can't afford to be misunderstood here. I only get my thesaurus out and see what I can do, and then you test it with some smaller groups of folks, see what they think, you know, give it a dry run, and then you present the thing as a finished product to your broader audience. Lecturers, speakers who do all that, that's what they do, and they can become a master of that. I don't have that time. Likewise, if I'm going to be an entertainer, well, there's all sorts of stuff that you can do to be effective in that field. You can look out the upcoming games, for instance. This is something I've talked about with some number of y'all as well, including several of you who are behind the paywall of being one of the capos or above. You hear the bonus chat, so we get to talk to you guys about the future and schemering and stuff like that. Is that Helly? Like Helly here. Oh my god. We call out Helly when we see him. Hello, sir. Good to see you. Oh my gosh, and Zen is here. Hi, Zen. And Duckling is here. Hi, Duckling. And Ski is back. And I just threw my toothpick. That was crazy work. Hi, Ski. Welcome back. Ski was keeping me company earlier while I was fussing with all sorts of testing, you guys. It's good to see you, Ski. Welcome. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into that as well. If you're going to be an entertainer and you're going to be playing public games, entertaining games, funny, memeable, clippable games, that material is its own to do. Okay, it's its own genre of work. Basically, you need to be looking at roadmaps for game development companies and like speculating based on past and current trends of what could be entertaining, and then you do collaborations very often. That's the roadmap for that, okay? Is you do collabs with others who are interested in doing the same. And that's its own sort of specialty. And you can focus up and drill down here and be effective in this space. And that could be sort of your brand, your genre of thing that you drill down with. Separately, you can do story games, puzzle games. You'd be a genre type streamer, horror games, you know, and those require the same amount of research. You look ahead to what's coming out when, and you plan streams around release dates, right? And then you can have themes for maybe if there's a new Resi game coming out, for instance, maybe you plan streams leading up to that Resi release of all the ones that preceded it, right? You're like, all right, just to prepare you guys for this, let us revisit where we've been. You get some nostalgia run going through the Resi games for the rest of the horror gaming community. If you are a just chatting streamer who focuses particularly on like current events and stuff, obviously this requires you to keep up on like the news and the goings on and the memes and controversies and what the celebrities have said with their dumb opinions. And you can be an entertainer or an informer with all of that sort of stuff, right? You can be helpful and inform people about what's going on, but you need to stay on top of all those things. And that is something that is another full-time job where you sort of focus up and you drill down and hone your craft. If you're a lifestyle streamer, say you did streams about reviewing drinks, or you make a channel about mixing drinks or whiskeys specifically or cigars, whatever it is. Well, okay, then you need to know your craft too. A lot of research. Maybe you do travel vlogs. You go to the distillery and you make a vlog of the thing, right? You put together tasting plans for people. You can put together courses for beginner, intermediate, advanced, for whiskey tasting perhaps. And then you can deal with like pairings, and you can have cigars, and then you do sort of lifestyle streams, and you can double down on that and become really knowledgeable here, really narrow focus here. The issue with me is that I do too many things. Too many things. Yeah. And it means that instead of doing like one thing well, I'm doing 1,000 things poorly. And that has to change. It's killing me. It's killing me physically and mentally, and it's exhausting to be ineffective at everything, you know? To write notification messages to you guys letting you know that I missed a mark and on delivering a talk, for instance, here. That's really lousy. Dropping the ball on DMs, communicating with the bajillion people who have DM'd me things, some silly and some serious. Being a reliable communicator for the people who are going through it right now. Hosting groups reliably, consistently, and remembering what's going on in people's lives, you know, remembering when to check in on people and see what's going on. Any sort of community building, networking type collaborative efforts with fellow streamers doesn't exist. The tutorial series for like Rumble that we built out and we're pushing for the platform and all that, I didn't follow through and haven't done a bunch of those things. There's a lot. Incidentally, there's a lot that Tyr has had to shoulder as a consequence of this. He's been one of the folks that is bearing a lot of that. It's me saying, why don't we try this? And what about this? And what about this? And to his credit, he's like, hey man, I'm down to give it a shot. Like he's down. He's down to put in the work and throw it at the wall and see what sticks, but it really means that we don't get to drill down on anything. And so I'm gonna have to sort some of this out here in the next little while, because this is untenable. It's untenable as is. So I'm the switch tasking. This is the whole. If you're not familiar with switch tasking, it's what multitasking actually is. Multitasking. There's still people out there to this day who think that multitasking is a thing. Multitasking is not a thing. There's especially like this is the stereotype, right? Is that men are better at focusing on something and ladies are better at multitasking. And you picture the mom who's got like a kid in one arm and she got the phone in the other, and somehow a third arm is vacuuming or something, right? And it's like you're doing all these tasks simultaneously, right? It's like Wonder Woman. Well, that's not a thing. It's not a thing for guys or gals. Neither. It is called switch tasking, and it's where your brain switches between tasks, and you sort of micro-focus on this for a second, and then you switch back to this for a second, but there is an input delay between each switch that costs you. Every single time you switch from one task to the next, your brain has to reorient itself. Your brain has to reorganize and recalibrate and go, wait, what was this again? Wait, is this good enough? I don't remember. Wait, what's the standard by which we're measuring and switch back over to here? And so the effect of this is that, and this is a well-studied phenomenon. You could look up switch tasking, multitasking, and stuff, and placebo and people's perceptions of how they're doing with this. And like 100% of the time, people who say, yeah, I'm a great multitasker, are actually like really bad at the tasks that they're doing. They're doing a mediocre job, and 100% of the time they overestimate the efficacy of the tasks that they are switching between. But if you measure objectively one's efficacy, like in specific tasks, like achievement of certain tasks, time and time again, you're far more effective if you put your head down and focus on one task until completion with no distractions whatsoever. And then you switch to the second task, no distractions whatsoever, sort of deal. And you can knock out over a course of time, over an hour or whatever it is, way more than if you try to, quote, multitask and get all those things done simultaneously. The problem is, I have been doing that. Not the put your head down and focus thing. It's the I am constantly being pinged. Which I don't chagrin. I am not upset about people messaging me. I am humbled that anybody would message me for any reason. I am humbled that you would want to send me a question that you find important and you want input on. I am humbled that you would send me a heads up about something that maybe I ought to be concerned about in your estimation, and you want to shield me from something. That's very thoughtful. It's very thoughtful. And I'm grateful if you guys see a meme and think of me and you're like, I want to Gus'll appreciate this meme. This is funny. This is good. It'll brighten up his mood. You know, he'll appreciate this. He'll appreciate this. No matter the reason, I appreciate being messaged. And I know that there's things like do not disturb mode, right? You could just turn off notifications and all that jazz. But I also feel very strongly in, many of you guys have heard, friends before frames, right? So while I'm at my PC working, I have like over on my other screen, for instance, I've got a Twitch tab open over here, and I have just the viewer list visible. Just the viewer list. I don't think I've ever told you guys this before. Just over on the left side, all I can see is the viewer list. And at the top, it's the online followed channels, right? And then I have the rest of the screen, the rest of the monitor covered up with like Spotify or notes or whatever it is. And so I can't see actively who's streaming and I can't see chat. I can't see any of that stuff. All I can see is the online list. And when I see movement out of the corner of my eye, I know that Twitch has updated and I see who's live. Like I can see right now that Kiki just went live. And so I know that I need to pull up a tab for Kiki. I'm gonna pull up a tab for Kiki because she's swell as hell. Wait, did she end or did she crash? Oh no, it's going live right now. Okay, watch now. Tech struggles, I feel it. I feel it. What do you mean I'm not first? You've been live for like, with literally 1 second. 1 second. A second. And I don't get to claim first? Bollocks. That's crap. What do you mean? Oh, did her stream actually crash? I don't know, maybe her stream actually crashed. I claimed first. All right, whatever. I never get first on anybody's channel. Any of you who have a first redeem, I don't think I've ever gotten it even one time. Because I don't know, I haven't memorized everybody's schedules, but I just try and keep on top of it over here. Because if I think somebody is, one, entertaining and ought to be doing this business, or if there's somebody who has taken community seriously, someone who's like involved in CNRs and all that jazz, then I want to give them my bandwidth. So I know that not everybody can do that. If you have to travel somewhere to go to work or some such, right, you don't have access to just pull up your lurks all the time, and so that's not an available thing to you. Well, I value my being in the unique position where I can do that, working from home as it were. I've got the ability to pull up tabs, and that's significant to me. I want to support you guys with my bandwidth. I'm not going to sit there and participate in chat and everything, but I can support you with my bandwidth. But that is a distraction, right? So, good and a bad thing. Then there's, well, I need to know what's happening with this project, and so I need to be in touch with certain people who are facilitating that, and then I need to be in touch with my team leads for various other irons that are in the fire, and I need to coordinate those things. And thing is, I am the one that is coordinating things. Like, yay, we get first now. Woohoo! Her thing was broken. It was broken. Called it. There is no substitute. I can't point people to someone else and have that person screen whatever it is, because the whatever it is like my doing. I do have to have my input on it. There is no stand-in for it. If someone asks my opinion about something, someone else can't offer my opinion, right? If it's like, hey, when were the Festa again? which nobody DMs me, that information can be shared by somebody else. Can be pinned by someone else. It can be facilitated. It can be answered by somebody else. But if it's unique to me, this isn't something that I can offload onto somebody else. And so I'm being pulled. I'm being pulled a bunch of different directions. And I'm doing a bad job in all of those directions. And that is, that's been weighing on me quite a lot. Hello, almost pizza time. Hell yeah, Ski. That sounds terribly exciting. I'm down for pizza. That sounds fabulous. That sounds fabulous. I mean, I'm not hungry right now. I ate too much. Hot Bride made an amazing meal yesterday, you guys. We just got to have leftovers of it tonight. Oh, she made like a fancy ass shepherd pie. A little bit of red wine to go with it. It was 10 out of 10. Creep! It's good to see you, sir. Welcome in, welcome in. We still appreciate you, and I appreciate that, sir. You're only human. You do your best. Yeah. But that's not... See, people who are focused, people who are focused up on one thing, who have a thing that they put their energy into, they are more effective than me, though they are also human. You see the issue? This is not a, well, I've reached the limit of human potential here. It's, no, I'm doing focusing up and getting after something. I'm doing that part poorly. And it's limiting my efficacy at every single thing I've put my hand to. So I gotta change that. I gotta focus up. And some people will like that, and some people will not like that. Some people will say, what the heck, I liked this thing that you did. And I liked this thing that you did. The issue is, at present, there's sort of... I've done so many things. I've done so many disparate and different things that there's like... For every person who says, Gus, I like this thing that you've done, this thing that you do, you'll be the only one. I say, I'm going to do this thing. And say there's 50 of you standing there. One of you goes, yes! And everybody else goes, oh, alright, well. Alright. And then next thing I say, hey, and now I'm going to do this. And then a different person goes, oh, baby, let's go. And everybody else is like, ugh. Okay. Guess I'll check back later. And then I'm like, all right, I've spent a bunch of time and energy, and I've exhausted myself working on this project, and I'm excited to release it. Here you go. And then 2 out of the 50 go, oh, that's amazing. We've been waiting for this. And everybody else goes, huh? So I stand by real relationships involve the silly and the serious. We do need both. In relationships, we do need both. That can be achieved in one sort of narrow avenue of pursuits. That doesn't mean that I need to do 50 different things, you know? And so I need to, like, if I look at my, sorry for the processing session. If I look at my YouTube, for instance, okay, I look at my YouTube, I look at all the videos that are uploaded between live, long form, and short form. It is a history of like madness. It is like the definition of hodgepodge, right? It is so motley. It's random plant content. It's serious lectures on random topics that have no overlap with one another. It's meme videos over here with this, and it's serious story playthroughs over here. And here's difficult puzzles sort of solving and sort of games, but there's no through line. It's just scattershot madness. And again, thanks to Tier for being like, Tier is like down. Tier is down. Tier is like, hey, I am down to expand my skill set. I am down to experiment with things. I am down to try. I am down to give things an honest shake, give things an honest effort, because it makes me better. Makes me better in business, gives me broader perspective. All that's very cool. But my being so scattershot, it really is pretty damning to any success I might have in like one thing, in one area. So I gotta sort this, you guys. I gotta sort this. People clamoring for the world that is Kiki's. That's right. That's right. Kiki's world. She over there. A world in which there may or may not be a delivery service. There's a whole lot going on. Valk! Hiya, Valk. It's good to see you, madame. I hope that you're well. I hope that you're well. Very good to have you in. Very good indeed. And like some of this is inevitable. Some of the derailment, sort of distraction sort of things. Some of that's inevitable, like the PC, like crashing and having all these tech issues. Like that's not to do with my being scatterbrained or wayward in any of my wandering. It has nothing to do with that, right? That's just tech things happen. My internet being down, stupid Spectrum being like, whoopsies, we did something. What did you do, Spectrum? Explain it to me and use small words. Like, I know, what are you doing, Spectrum? That's nothing to do with my proclivity for variety. It's just randomness. It's tech. Those are the headaches of this particular field of work. If you're working on your computer problems is a problem. Same thing goes for like Stream Elements, just changing hands today. Apparently the new company bought Stream Elements today, or they bought it already and it went into effect today. And is that causing some sort of friction between platforms of how things were? It's an upsetting of the apple cart. Again, that's not to do with me. That's just a hazard of playing in this particular minefield. You know what I'm saying? Bot raids and permissions and different platforms allowing different things. Updated terms of service. Copyright type stuff and appeals and different rules being enforced by different peoples in different times, even though you've done the exact same thing. Hazards of this game. But I have been sabotaging myself by attempting to do 90 different things. That's not on anybody else. That's not on a platform. That's not on a group of people. That's not a hazard of playing this particular game. That's a me thing. And yeah, I don't know. I guess I've got an illustration for this, incidentally, that's in the relationships masterclass talk that I was preparing for tonight about sheep, but I'm not going to give it tonight. You guys will have to tune in for that next time. I am still planning on streaming tomorrow. There may be news for change about that down the line as well. We'll see. I still gotta sort some stuff out there. I'll know probably by the end of the month, the end of this upcoming month, by the end of August, what's going on with that. But yeah, I'm still planning on streaming tomorrow. I didn't get to play, obviously, last weekend and all that, so I'm going to be trying... I was doing tech repair things this last Saturday, and so I had to do test things. I haven't got to play Doom in forever, and so yeah, I'm trying and actually play Doom tomorrow. I've started Just Chatting stream in the morning, which will be a little more upbeat. Sorry, I'm sort of just processing out loud with you guys tonight, and I appreciate you're listening to me rant and rave as a madman. Means a lot. Thank you. Tomorrow won't be so dour, okay? I mean, there's no guarantees of the note not being dour, but it is to be hoped. It is to be hoped. So yeah, sounds like some good stuff. If you say so, Duckling. If you say so. Zacchaeus, I appreciate the lurk. Thank you, sir. Means an awful heckin' lot. An awful heckin' lot. And if you are going live, I hope that the stream treats you right, sir. I don't see any indication that you are going live, but he streams all the time, dude. It's crazy. Crazy. Zacchaeus is a crazy busy dude. He still finds time to stream. Still finds time to do it, to get on after it. What a cool kid. What a cool kid. But yeah, tonight I'm going to, I am going to keep this fairly short, tonight's stream. I'm thinking I keep it under like 90 minutes. And I'm going to go touch grass, as it were, literally. I'm going to get away from the computer for a minute. Like I said, I'm not going to cancel tomorrow's stuff. I've canceled enough. Canceled enough the last handful of weeks. Some of it due to my own incompetence, and some of it due to humaning, which was okay, and then some of it due to tech issues that are outside of my control. All of that. But yeah, I'm gonna go in the. I don't care that it's gonna still be 90-something degrees by the time I'm done in here. I'm gonna go for. I'll roll up my sleeves, you know, and I'm gonna go for a stroll with Hot Bride. Go maybe hit the trails for a little while out here. Go just catch some of the lovely breeze that's blowing around and just think for a little bit. But yeah, that's I'm gonna do a little bit of breathing tonight. That's my plan. So why we're here. Heaven knows you've listened to us. Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, speaking of irons in the fire, you guys, man, some of you knew that I had to do a bunch of recordings yesterday for things. I've got many more to do for projects that are over a month out, some several months out. There are just so many things that we're working on that are experimental, you know? And that's part of the issue is like, do we ever move beyond the experimental? Let's try this really fast. Ooh, and what about trying this? And what about trying this? That's been my proclivity. That's been my MO, unfortunately, to my great discredit. That's been my MO. Let me try this. Let me try this. Let me try this. Well, I'm gonna be clamping down on a bunch of that. I'm gonna kill this project and this project and this project and this experiment and this long shot, and I'm gonna focus up sort of on one thing, something that I enjoy. And one thing that I'm going to be doing, sort of the gaming side of things, the sort of the silly side of things, right? We've got silly and serious. We need both. So on the silly side of things, it still involves like serious work. Like it's not joking around, smoking and joking and gaffing something off, not in that silly sort of sense. I mean silly in the, this is not life-ending, consequential, world-changing type of stuff. It's gamering type stuff. And that's going to be Arc Raiders. And again, credit to Tier. We've been working on trying, and I get to tell you guys about this. This is pretty fun because we don't have a broader audience here. It's just sort of my homies. Good to see you guys. Glad you're here. We are going to be working on a series of tutorials. I get to say it now that the one went live today, the one I linked earlier. There is a trialing community in ARC, the PvEers like me who take the trials seriously and attempt to perform well in them. People who push Hotshot and Cantina Legend and so forth. And I know that there are even now new people picking up ARC. No, it doesn't have the player base that it originally had, but that was impossible to maintain with the Swedish team behind it. Embark, they have not put their heads down and focused up. They have not. And I'm not trying to be uncharitable here. I have given them the benefit of the doubt as I've been able, but watching their work ethic, boy, it is embarrassing. because they got this unbelievable successful game, and the very first thing they did was like, cool, we're gonna go on vacation, bye. Like, they dropped the ball so hard at game launch. I wasn't even playing then. You guys know I didn't pick up the game until March. I just went back and looked. I didn't even pick up this stuff until March. So I didn't start trialing until May. I just found that out yesterday. I was looking at dates and stuff like that. I didn't start trialing until like the end of May. It's like the very end of May. So I've got June, July. I got 2 months, or it was like 9 weeks of trials under my belt. Why do I have plural? Multiple belts. And they squandered the good faith of this massive community that got behind the game, and now it's sort of like in maintenance mode, but there is a dedicated group of people who still play it. And that can't be said for a ton of games out there. It can be said for games, evergreen sort of games like Apex. Obviously, that's my background. But I'm not enthusiastic about Apex anymore. That's the issue. Like, yes, I could go and I could create evergreen content because there is a market for Apex players. It's got a healthy player base. I do not derive enjoyment from playing Apex anymore. I do not. There are no. There is no world anymore in Apex whereby I get excited to play it. At the prospect of playing Apex, that doesn't exist anymore for me, because there's nothing to do in that game except get absolutely murdered by Adderalled 17-year-olds. And I'm ancient. I'm aged and slow. And so it does my strengths of min-maxing and schemering and planning and executing and theory crafting around execution and stuff. There are no dividends to be paid in a game like Apex for me. Not anymore. And Ark has that. And so I do enjoy the prospect of playing Ark, actually playing Ark, planning stuff for Ark, learning things about it, doing science, experimenting with certain things, because a lot of it is the Wild West. Just like in learning about the trials that have come up. Is that Val? Hi, Val. Oh, it's good to see you. Welcome in. I hope that you're staying cool over there. On Tuesday, I talked to you guys about this. There's these new trials that all came up this week and last week. And it's like, you can't just look up, hey, what's the best way to do this? Those don't exist. It's never been done before. I'm the guy. It me. I go into a match and I'm like, I wonder if this will work. I will likely be the first one doing science and testing hypotheses about best practices. Like, that's fun. That's exciting to me as a methodical, min-maxing, sort of streamlining thinker. Like, that's how my brain works. I love engineering solutions. And that doesn't exist in Apex. There is nothing that is not known in Apex. Down to the percentage, like the tenths of percentage points, hundredth percentage points of every single thing. Max efficacy for this, best time to kill for that, this, that. There's like, it's all known. It's all mapped. Ark, there's a lot of unknown. Just this last week, it was like, well, how much damage does a pop do? There's trials that are going on right now. They're like, receive damage from pops, and you gotta heal yourself up. And it's like, well, how much damage does a pop do to you? Crickets. The internet doesn't know. Game's been out since like last October. What do you mean you don't know? No one's done the science. No one's done the tracking. No one's done the thinkering. No one's done any of it. It's crazy. So there's a ton of unknown stuff. And it's not just that. There's like trials. The trials are challenges to do often stupid or obscure things. And there is no like, well, just kill people, like it would be in Apex or something. In this, it's like, hey, do this obscure task in this obscure way. And then you have to go, that's not possible. to do it like this, is it? Wait, could you? Theoretically, if you did this and then you did this, well, you wouldn't have the time, would you? It's only a 30-minute match. Well, it would depend on this. You'd have to get kind of lucky with this. You'd have to be really good at this. So maybe you could... That doesn't exist in other games. It does exist in Ark. So I am interested in doing that, and I'm interested in leveraging that. I'm pretty decent to that sort of theory crafting type stuff. I don't have unlimited time. That's sort of a weakness for this for me, is that I don't have time to be going in and doing just unlimited sciencing. I don't have the time to be going and testing all of my theories constantly on every little thing and then like following notes and making spreadsheets because I love making spreadsheets. I don't have time to do all of that sciencing, but I would at least like to launch a conversation about that theory crafting and those numbers and like best practices and so forth. And that's what today's video that went live today, this morning, again, big thanks to Tyr for that. He worked really hard to push that rather quickly, because that meant with my limited time this week, I needed to do a bunch of theory crafting yesterday. Do a bunch of notes early in the morning, like wake up, hit my sort of morning routine, my reading time, my workout time, all that, and then immediately get to work. Like crunching numbers, scouring the internet for what's known and unknown, forums, message boards, discords, chat groups, and be like, okay, is this possible? Pull up the game, check this stat. Well, okay, theoretically, if one did this, calculator out, and then I'd write up notes, and then we recorded what all you need if you are going to push trials next week in Ark, and you want to be prepared for that, we got the inside scoop. That video just went live today. These videos don't exist. This is a niche that is currently not filled, except as of today by me, by we, saying, hey, if you are a Cantina Sweat in particular, if you're interested in min-maxing things and you want to do so, maybe you have limited time and you only get to play, say, on Tuesday or Wednesday. You don't have time to spend your Tuesday and Wednesday farming up the materials that you would need for these trials. And so I just put out that video today that gives you the whole weekend to prepare. It explains what all you need to care about right now for next week. And then, and here's the surprise, and here's where those of you who are here get to hear this, and nobody else does. This is a secret, okay? Just between yous and me's and the interwebs. This is a secret. We also recorded tutorials on how to do each of next week's trials. All of them. Now, there's a lot of tutorials that people put out over the end of the week that say, here's how I did the trial this week. Well, isn't that neato? The week is over. I'm interested in doing it. It's a Saturday or Sunday night, and it's like, oh, here's how to do the trial. Well, too bad. It's out of time. No more time for the trials. By the time someone explains how to do it, your week is over. So now, we've made tutorials. We're in the process of trying this. We're experimenting right now. Okay, we're sciencing in its own way with content creation here to make tutorials ahead of time for next week's trials, so that as soon as those trials go live, there are shorts. Quick, down, dirty, fast, to the point. Easy peasy. All the information in one place. Pause if you need it. 90-second videos that explain how to do a trial. Best practices. No matter your skill level. Got one for you and I got one for you. I got one for the sweats and I got one for the sane people. On Tuesday. The day that they go live. That's what we're working on right now. That's what's happening behind the scenes. One of the things that's happening behind the scenes. And that was incidentally supposed to happen 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. And then the tech issues. I had a whole bunch of notes, everything prepared, and I lost all of those notes when the PC went through its whatever, and I lost hours and hours of work. And that all got pushed. So we didn't get to make the videos they would have been live for this week. They would have gone live on Tuesday morning explaining this week's trials, and we will have prepared them the week before. And all of that just kept getting pushed back by unforeseens. So now we finally got to do it. Recorded a whole bunch of stuff, explanations. They're not perfect, they're messy, still figuring out formatting and all the rest. But that's going to all go live. Massive data dump on Tuesday mornings. As soon as the trials go live, these videos will be there for the internet to find. And this upcoming week has 3 new trials. 3 out of the 5 are brand new. They've never been done before. And so people will go, oh, what the how are you supposed to... Boom, we have a tutorial. Done. Short, sweet, approachable, understandable. And that's fun for me to make. And that's interesting for me to make. And that's stimulating for me to make. So, what will we do in the future? Will this last? Will this stick in tandem with the seriousness and the community type stuff we're doing on the back end and the CNRs and all that? Oh, we're going to try it. We're going to see. But rule of the day here, looking to the upcoming months, looking to the rest of 2026, is going to be refining processes and trimming. There's going to be a lot of pruning, gang. I said at the end of last year that I was going to be recruiting a lot of help to accomplish a bunch of things, and that has not happened. And so my thinking then was recruit a bunch of help so I can keep doing all the things that I'm doing. Just, have help, just spread load it. No, that has not been forthcoming, and that has not been a successful endeavor. So no, instead I need to very much cut back on all of those things. So that's what I'm gonna do. Rose, it's good to see you. Also, I see your iDrop content. I got you, fam. Wang, welcome back. Greetings. Good to have you, sir. Good to have you for the second time this evening. I hope that you're well, my dude. Dear God, thought about you quite a lot this week with your, with all the IRL stuff that's happening in and around your bubble, my dude. Glad to see you here. Another day on this side of the daisies is a good day. I'm not done being your friend, brother. Not done. Not done with it. Gotta say, don't let that heat take you out. All of you over there, down there, over on the East Coast, over there in the South, dying of humidity. I'm not about it. No dying of humidity. That goes for the rest of you. Cigarette. Exactly. That's exactly what's going on. Cigarette. So yes, you can expect that on Tuesday. I know a bunch of you guys. I don't know. I speculate. I guess. I speculate. It is my hypothesis. And I'm not going to be offended. I'm not offended by this, okay? In case anybody's like, oh. I'm not offended by this. I suspect that most people around the Mafia and in the broader community are actually pretty burnt out on the amount of content that I've been pushing. Something every single day is algorithm friendly. It's not people friendly. And what's worse, the algorithm doesn't even seem to care. All of the efforts of create content, do everything right according to algorithm rules, of push content frequently with broader appeal and all that jazz. That's neato and all, except that YouTube hates me. Rumble is growing, and that's great. But its algorithm is fairly crude. That is to say, there really isn't one. It's really numerically based. It's a kingmaker system, and that's sort of it. It's like, hey, if your video gets a bunch of views, we'll recommend it. Like, there's no, like, interests sort of thing, and like, oh, you've watched this channel. That's all very crude, very limited, very, very, very basic. And so, yeah, I appreciate all of you guys watching stuff on Rumble. I've said this to you guys 1,000 times. I'm monetized on Rumble, so I get compensated for that. So I'm grateful to all of the content that you watch there. But I also recognize that not a lot of people are yet, like, or opening up Rumble to like watch regular content if you want to like peruse while you're eating lunch or something like that is not a normal state of things for you. I do, because one, I believe the platform is a far better place to spend one's time and dime, therefore, than like YouTube, because YouTube is actually evil. And so supporting something like Rumble, the alternative, is good. I don't want to vote with my bandwidth. I want to vote with my feet where I can. That said, there's a lot of creators that I like that are very funny or very informative, and they're like solely on YouTube. I get that. But YouTube hates me. YouTube hates me. One, I'm not monetized yet on their channel. I haven't reached the threshold of 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. But I have been doing every single thing right according to YouTube, according to algorithmic min-maxing, all that jazz. I have been doing everything right on YouTube for 4 years. And I have 600 subscribers.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Who goes there? Is that Jean Cruz? Jean Cruz! Hey, Jean, I'm grateful. There's Jean. Don't let me ruin it, okay? It's not Jean or Jean. Don't let me ruin it. Use pronunciation keys if you must need. I won't be insulted in the slightest, but Jean. Appreciate the follow and rumble. Means a lot. Aim to earn it. I take follows quite seriously. Quite seriously indeed. Welcome to life. Yeah, YouTube hates me. I don't know what it is. I mean, I can guess. I can speculate. But yeah, YouTube doesn't like me. I've been shadow banned a bunch of times, demonstrably by them. And that is, you can watch a string of videos that all release, that are all the same, basically. All the same format, maybe the same genre, the same whatever. At the same time each day, like it's all fixed, like variables, because the name of the game, if you're going to try and figure out the algorithm type stuff, is reducing variables and nailing down understanding of individual ones, okay? Gene like the pants! I appreciate it, Gene. Thank you. You're like, don't do Jean me, don't you Jean me? I got you, Gene. Glad to have you in. Welcome. Speaking of Rumble being full of cool kids. Speaking of Rumble being the alternative to the terrible. Hey, what? Who's texting me? Everybody I know is here. Who goes there? I just got the notification that Kiki went live. How long's Kiki been live? We did that while I was here. 34 minutes. That's actually faster than usual. That is actually faster than usual. Totally feral. Twitch sucks, man. But yeah, YouTube hates me. Upload the exact same videos or the exact same type of videos with the same format. Reduce as many variables as possible so you can track things. And it's 2,000 views, 2,000 views, 2,000 views, 5 views. 2,000 views, 2,000 views. That happens a lot. This one's gonna get a couple hundred, this one's gonna get good retention, this one's gonna be seen by nobody. Like, YouTube picks and chooses winners. And for whatever constellation of reasons that they have landed on, they have decided that I am a loser. And so pushing content on YouTube is beating one's head against the wall. I don't check boxes for them. So, yeah, 4 years I've done everything right, according to them. Nothing. So I've been at a pace that is machine-friendly, ostensibly, not people-friendly. And so I'm thinking that I am going to slow down I'm thinking I'm going to slow down the uploads, slow down the volume of stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, I am grateful and a half to all of you who have, watched my videos, who have given the bandwidth, who have maybe looped them, maybe shared it with a friend, shared it in a Discord. I'm grateful to you guys who've watched my shorts. I'm grateful for all of that, but that is, I think, for the most part, people who are like ride or dies, all of you awesome folk out there who are like, no, I want to support this content, but I also don't have the time to watch this many things. So you just mute the tab and play. I get that. I totally get that. And I don't love that being the norm. I don't love the norm being, yes, it's the 90th thing this week. Let me, out of obligation to my friend, play this video. I would rather it be fewer but higher quality, I guess. And so that's sort of where I'm sitting at right now. He is thinking that I need to do fewer things better. Fewer things more mindfully. Yeah. So, that's it. That's all the stuff. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. In my typical long-winded fashion. That's what I wanted to share. I'm grateful for you guys listening to me process out loud. It means an awful lot. Gail! Hiya, Gail! Hello. Gail. Yeah. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in. You've caught me in closing. I seem to project an aura of confidence I never projected before. Confidence with a growth mindset. Ooh. Caleb's got aura. Confirmed. I love that for you, sir. It's very good. Very good. Very good. I'm about that for you. I'm about that. But yes, I am going to here close, y'all. I'm thinking for funsies, because we've talked so much about her, I think it'd be funny to raid Kiki tonight. And obviously I never get to raid on Friday nights, right? It's always like the lectures and it's serious, and so I don't get to raid out on Fridays. But since we're here and since we're not doing the seriousness, I'm thinking it'd be pretty fun if we got to raid out and go say hi to Kiki, you know? Oh, and Fivefold is live. Wait a minute. Fivefold is live over on Rumble. There's 2 people that we never get to raid. All right, we're going to go say hi to Fivefold and Kiki. We got to hit Fivefold before they freaking end. They're always ending so early. It's crazy.
As far back
so we got to get... Oh, my gosh. I swear. Gene? It's Gene. I love it. I love the... You're like, it's Gene. If your name was like, it's Gene, like the pants. That is so funny. Thank you for the YouTube sub, Gene. That means an awful heckin' lot. Thank you for listening to my woes. I appreciate you. There's tons of content. Hopefully half of it, or better, is worth a watch. Thank you. It means a lot. Boogan, it's good to see you, my friend. Hello, sir. You've caught me in closing here. You've caught me in our close. We're gonna be doing that thing. Video I sent in your Discord drawer. DM supports doing one thing instead of variety. For YouTube. Oh, more power to you. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, Duckling. Sorry. I saw the message preview on my phone, and I see that you mentioned something about a video, and yeah, I haven't watched it yet. Sorry. Haven't had the chance. But yes, okay. I'm gonna go touch grass with Hot Bride, you guys. I'm gonna go catch some fresh air and breathe a little bit. Still planning on streaming tomorrow. Still planning on, being there usual time tomorrow, both streams. I have every intention of being there for both of those. So just chatting in the morning will be a little more upbeat. Sorry again for me being so, dour, I think is the word I used earlier. Sorry for the dour mood on me this evening. Tomorrow morning I will endeavor to be a little more bubbly and sparkly for you. And then tomorrow evening we'll try and get after Doom. Random hodgepodge. So yes, okay, I would be grateful if you guys would stick around for the raids, to go say hi to some friends that I never get to raid. I have never, not even one time. Glad to be here, brother. Gene, and on Twitch. Gene. You're being a triple friendo? That's crazy. I'm grateful. Grateful indeed. My goodness gracious. Grateful indeed. Okay, here's where we're going on Twitch side, you guys. That's Kiki. In case Twitch leaves you behind, it does something weird. It often does that. I hope you guys will go say hi to Kiki. She's a real one. She also does the CNRs and does hard mode stuff with humaning. And so, big fan. Love her to pieces. And Fivefold is a streaming group over on Rumble. They are all friends of the Mafia here. They've been here a bajillion times. They're sweet as hell. And they are always good vibes. Always generous with their bandwidth and with their attention. So I'd be grateful if you guys would go say hi. Go say hi to Fivefold. And I will be dropping the link for that as well. And be doing that as well. Okay, if you guys want to copy the raid message, if you are still here, still around, I'd be grateful. Make your own if you want. Do you. But I'd be grateful if you go say hi. I never asked anybody to blindly follow to create artificial hype or whatever. You do your own vibe check. If you want to follow. If you don't. You have already done me in the Mafia community kindness by going along for the raid. If you want to stick around after that, you can. If you don't, bounce, okay? You will, again, have already done me a kindness. It would mean an awful lot if you would go along, though. Show up in some numbers. We don't have a ton of people on Twitch these days because we got most everybody over in Rumble land, which is pretty swell because I get paid for actual viewership on Rumble. But still, I'd like to show up in force whenever I can, whenever it comes to raids, so that we can show love, you know? So we can show love. So let's go say hi to our friend Kiki. Let's go say hi to our friend Kiki on Twitch. And then to Fivefold Gaming, who are playing, it looks like, WoW Classic. Interesting. I've never played WoW. And they're doing that on Rumble. Okay. You guys get the raid message right over there. There you go. They're on Rumble. They're on Twitch. We're not going to raid out on YouTube because YouTube Live sucks. Okay. What will it look like tomorrow? What will it look like tomorrow morning into business? Will we actually make progress in Doom tomorrow night? What does it look like to be a part of this hard mode business, to join the Discord for the block party that's happening next weekend? What will become of this do one thing better or do a few things better than 90 things poorly? I don't know. Come and see. Come and see. And as ever, I will strive to see that it's a decision that you don't regret. In the meantime, I wish for you each marvelous evenings, mornings, wherever ye be, and I will see you on the other side.